Hi class, welcome to lesson 11. This week we are starting a new writing assignment called the personal narrative. We will be writing this assignment for lessons 11, 12, and 13. Let's talk a little bit about the due dates for this assignment. So this week in lesson 11, you will write an outline very similar to what you wrote for the persuasive essay. I've included a template if you want to use it. There is no specific word count requirement for this. In lesson 12, you will write a first draft, which is 500 to 750 words long. That's due Wednesday. Lesson 13, you have a final draft due on Saturday. So let's learn a little bit more about what a personal narrative is. A personal narrative is where we are going to be writing about ourselves using the pronoun I. We're going to write about a true event that happened in our lives. The thesis will tell about a lesson learned. That's the difficult part about this assignment. That thesis should include why this event impacted you and kind of how it affected you. Let's talk about a few ideas that you may want to write about. Maybe an embarrassing moment, your best day ever. Talk about maybe you have a big scar on your body. For example, my husband has a big scar. It's literally a cross on his right forearm, and he got that from breaking his arm in gymnastics. Talk about the best decision you ever made. Maybe it was joining the church or making a best friend. The weirdest thing that ever happened. Maybe your moving day. A favorite memory. Or the biggest lie you ever told and consequences. So just be aware that your personal narrative does not have to be some big major secret that you tell. If you don't feel comfortable sharing it with me or others in your gathering, you probably shouldn't write about it. So I want to talk a little bit more about writing the thesis. The thesis is going to come in the first paragraph of your essay, and you're going to write about a lesson you learned. So here's a sample. I'm hinting towards the lesson I learned in this thesis. I will never forget the day I gave birth to my daughter, because that is the day I learned how to care deeply for someone besides myself. So you can tell that I am explaining the deeper lesson that I learned. Here's a sample of a strong thesis. The first day I began college was when I realized that I could do anything. Another one is, through losing my car keys, I learned that my family will always come to my rescue. These are strong thesis statements because they give more detail. Let's look at poor thesis statements. It is important to read directions. Friends will never leave you. So these are poor thesis statements because they don't give us a lot of detail, and they are not personal using the pronoun I. Okay? Now, when you write your personal narrative, you want to focus on talking about one event. Strong personal narratives normally happen within a few hours. They're not going to talk about your courtship of finding your spouse. They may just focus on your wedding day. So try to find an event that happens in a short amount of time. If you have questions, please post them on the question and discussion board. Have a great day.